If you like the video you're about to watch, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to be notified when new content is uploaded.
Alright, we're over here in Cantonment, Florida. We've got an empty container sitting on the back. We're going to get that taken off. And then one of these containers to the right, I have to find the exact container. I have the paperwork telling me the container number. But one of those will be our loaded container that we're going to take out of here. We just have to wait on this one truck right here that's getting the container taken off. And then he'll come over here and he'll take this one off. And then we'll be able to go look for our loaded, get it put on in place of this one back here. And then we'll be headed back to Mobile, Alabama, back over to the port to get that loaded container taken off. Alright, here we are. We're going to get this container taken off. And then we will be able to move forward and get out of his way and go look for our loaded containers. Alright, here we have our loaded container being put on. We're actually getting a 20 foot instead of or a 40 foot instead of a 20 foot this time. So that's why it comes all the way to the front of the trailer. We'll get that set on here real quick, and then we're good to go. Alright, so we've got our loaded container, and we're leaving Cantonment, Florida, headed back over towards Mobile, Alabama, over to the port. We're going to get this taken off over here, and I'm not sure exactly where it's going. It said the destination, but I've never heard of that place. It's not a country that I recognize. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. The previous container was going to Italy, but there was a discrepancy with the paperwork with some numbers on there, so that container actually got taken off, and I had to pick up a completely different container. And the original container was going to be another 20-foot container, but the container that we ended up picking up is a 40-foot, so I had to slide the chassis to lengthen it, and then had to make some adjustments to it, so make it to where I can put the 40 on there, because you can either haul 120, you can haul two 20s, or you can haul 140 on this chassis. But depending on which one you're hauling, you have to change some things on the trailer, which I believe I have a video on explaining a little bit about that. I'll have to try to link that in the description on this video, but I'm currently headed back up to Highway 29, and then we'll take that all the way back up to Interstate 10, and then we'll get on Interstate 10 and we'll head west back towards Alabama, and we'll have plenty of time to make the port. I should probably stop up here at one of my favorite truck stops and place a call-in order on the way and pick me up a hamburger or something to have for lunch as I drive back. So that's what we're doing. Hopefully traffic's not too bad on 29. The red lights can be frustrating sometimes, but not too far from where we are right now to the interstate, so I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Alright, we're coming up on the way station here, coming out of Florida. A lot of the time, well, not a lot of the time, but sometimes these loads are over 80,000, but we get overweight permits purchased for them that go up to 100,000. So, not sure. We'll see if they'll pull us in here and we'll see that paperwork. But go off to the side and park and bring in that paperwork. Won't know that until I actually get on the scale and see if they turn the light green or if they come over the speaker and say something. Permit, so just set us on our way. If the green light, we're good to go. Let this guy go ahead and get ahead of me. He's got a bit of a run on me, and his lane's going to run out right there. Alright, so here's that container that we picked up. As you can see, it's a 40, so it comes all the way to the bulkhead on the trailer. And the only changes that I really had to make with it was I had to drop some of these down so that way the box could fit all the way down. And then I had to come back here, I had to pop this out, actually raise this up. You can see how it sticks up now, so that way I could turn this and be able to use this part right here for the back portion of the container to sit on, so that it would sit level. But that's the container that we're carrying. As you can see, they have a seal on there, so that way you can know that it hasn't been tampered with, that the load is still all in there. Now this will be taken off at the port in Mobile and putting a big shipping container, or a big shipping vessel with other shipping containers, and shipped overseas. because there's not too much traffic right here. It's pretty nice, except for like when school's getting out and you have a ton of people, but it's not too bad. Being able to time it just right, you can still get out pretty easy. Where those blue cranes are right there, that's the port. Those cranes are actually what they use to take the containers off the ship and put them onto the ship. They don't ever use those for us. We're actually not even allowed back there where they are. We have to stop right before that area. The only vehicles that go back there are the cars and pickup trucks for the port, and then they call them yard dogs, semi-truck basically, but they're yard dogs that go back there and take their trailers so they can transport containers from the ship once they've been loaded or taken off of it, and move them around the port, and then move them from the spot in the port to the ship so they can be loaded. And just as I figured, this is how it was this morning. Backed up onto the road trying to get in here. So it looks like it's going to be that way again.